See, now it is kind of becoming difficult to strike a balance. Okay. New batch, for them, everything is new. Is it like, is it a fast-paced understanding? Pace is fine. The new ones. Yes, Chandra Babu. Pace is fine. तुम लोगों को तो समझ में आ रहा होगा ना सब कुछ. And for the old ones, okay, is it repetitive? Okay, because I've added most of it is covered, right? Yeah. What online people can share here?
Yes, sir.
Because what is it repetitive or are you getting something new also? Online.
Revision, sir.
Revision. Okay, fine. Chalo then. The new ones are not feeling that, it's at the fast pace, right? Fast. Fast. So if you're feeling that it's fast, okay, you can again watch the video at the 0.5x. Okay. If you're feeling that it's very slow, you can watch the video at 2x. Okay. The technology provides that with all the solutions. Okay. You can watch the video once again. Huh? Very fast. You can watch it once again. Huh? Now, if you want to understand the disputes in Somalia, okay. Now let's go back into the history here. Silence. So this is the present day Djibouti. So this was ruled by French. So here you have Somaliland. This is English, ruled by English. And rest of it, this entire Somalia, okay, it has been ruled by Italian English in between. Okay. It is mostly Italian. Okay, this is Somalia. This is okay, English, and this is French. Okay. So this French part of Somalia got independence, it has become Djibouti. Right on. Okay, draw this. But is it fast? Really? Check. It's slow then. The French part of Greater Somalia has become Djibouti. The English part of Somalia is called as Somaliland, called as Somaliland. It is independent but not recognized. Somaliland is independent but not recognized. Now, Ethiopia is landlocked. Ethiopia is landlocked. And Somaliland may provide access, sea route access. Somaliland may provide sea route access. Now here you have one more region, which is part of northern part of Somalia. Okay, write down this. Somaliland is prosperous. Somaliland is prosperous and peaceful. Prosperous and peaceful, no tensions there. Now, this part of Somalia, this is also called as Puntland. Puntland. So exact Horn, this is called as Horn of Africa. The Horn part of Somalia, Horn part of Somalia is called as Puntland. Don't write Buntland. You know Buntland, right? And you guys don't know what is Buntland? Ah, this is Punt, okay? Puntland. It is within Somalia, but autonomous. Within Somalia, but autonomous. Recently, it started having problems. Recently, Puntland started having problems because of over centralization. Because of over centralization. It may also secede. Puntland may also secede. Huh? Secede matlab azadi. Tata, bye bye. Now, in order to understand the conflicts in Somalia, you should know the ethnic composition also of Somalia. The ethnic composition, I'll draw here roughly ethnicity of Somalia. So here in Somaliland, which is separated, independent, you have a ethnic group called as Ishak. Remember this ethnic group, Ishak? And this part of Somalia, okay, here you have Hawiya ethnic group. And on the eastern part, of course, here you have Somalis. Somali ethnic group is there. And this part you have a Rahan Venu ethnic group. So these are the major ones. Three ethnic groups dominate here. There are numerous others also. There's a big list over there. No need to remember. Now, for example, okay, in India, like, the government will be formed by whom? The people who are elected, right? And the ministerial berths will be given according to what? You're drawing this or draw this? You're drawing this? Draw the rough diagram. So usually in any democracy, okay, be it ministerial groups or the government formation, okay, it is according to the number of seats you'll be earning. But here, the government is formed by the groups of various ethnicities, and this is called as 4.5 systems. Means certain posts, okay, will be okay. You have other groups also here. They'll be taking 4 posts, and 0.5 will be given to a group called as not important. Okay, so it is called as 4.5 system. I don't. Somalia has a unique power sharing agreement. Unique power sharing agreement. And this word is important. 4.5 system. 4.5 system. So here, various clans will be sharing the power. Will be sharing the power. And the clan lineage is very strong in Somalia. Clan lineage is very strong in Somalia. Because they are pastoral communities. Pastoral means what? Of course, you have grassland. Okay, you have a desert here. In desert or grasslands, you'll be having pastoral communities. Pastoral communities. So just now, okay, I've talked about the Somaliland is being used by Ethiopia, right? Okay. There's a port here in Somaliland called as Berbera. Okay. This name is important. Berbera might be used by, add it there again. In between, I'm missing the points, so don't get confused. I'm telling you where exactly you should go and write. Berbera. City is called as Berbera. Berbera is a port. Is used by Ethiopia. Okay. So these are the various ethnic groups, okay, in Somalia. And it is mostly, okay, since the desert part, it is mostly dominated by Muslims. In southern parts, you have some Christians. Right? It is mostly dominated by Muslims. And here, more than religion, ethnicity matters. अब एक नहीं तो दूसरा होना चाहिए ना. रिलीजियस नहीं है तो किस बेसिस पे लड़ेंगे? कास्ट. तो कास्ट भी खत्म हो गया, सब कास्ट पे बेसिस पे लड़ेंगे. कुछ ना कुछ होना चाहिए लड़ाई करने के लिए, राइट? Muslims. And here, one terrorist group, okay, when IS affiliate is very important. A terrorist group called as Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab is prominent. And recently, because of climate change and desertification, because of climate change and desertification, the conflicts between the ethnicities is increasing. I told you that now I'll tell you about Nile. Now, part of the Nile, okay, is coming from, I'll draw it here only. Map I will draw. So from Lake Victoria, this is White Nile. You can draw this. White Nile is coming from Lake Victoria. Here you have Lake Tana. Lake Tana is, from here comes Blue Nile. Blue Nile. Both of these meet in Khartoum. Khartoum is the capital of Sudan. And from here, it becomes the Nile River. From here, it becomes Nile River. On Nile River, you have a dam, largest dam called as Aswan Dam. Aswan Dam, the largest on Nile. Okay. You draw this region. I'll tell you what are the problems here. Done. Now what Ethiopia is doing, now Ethiopia is building a dam here called as Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD. So when Ethiopia will be building a dam, it will be stopping a lot of water. Sudan is already desert. Okay, Egypt is already desert. So very less water will be flowing, okay, into River Nile. But in a way, Sudan is also happy because, okay, Sudan, okay, in the monsoonal months, now it will be receiving floods. So the Ethiopians, they have told that, you know, when we construct a dam, it will be stopping floods. But again, they are not realizing that they'll be getting less water. What if this conflict escalates like it happened between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka? What if Karnataka says that ek boond bhi pani nahi chhodenge? Right? It can happen, right? What if, okay, the militia of Sudan starts supporting the Fano group and the Oromo dominated government say it becomes unhappy? It will stop all the water. It will not be releasing any water. So tensions may escalate at any time. And this, okay, dam is going to be a bone of contention in the future also. It's going to create a lot of problems in the future because in future climate change will be happening. Okay. And population is increasing in Africa. It will be requiring more water needs. So it is going to be a problem. That's why GERD is important. GERD you can write down. It's on Blue Nile. It will have double the capacity. Double the capacity than Lake Mead, MEAD. Than Lake Mead. And Lake Mead is created by Aswan Dam. Lake Mead is created by Aswan Dam. If finished, the Aswan and GERD, Aswan and GERD will be the largest dams in the world. Will be one of the largest dams in the world. Okay. It's also Africa's largest HEP, hydroelectric power project. It is also the Africa's largest HEP. Hydroelectric power. Issues you write down. Issues in future because of climate change. Water needs. The conflicts will arise. The conflicts will arise. And also, tensions may escalate. Between Sudan and Ethiopia. Because RSF of Sudan, Rapid Support Forces, RSF of Sudan, is already in talks with Amara rebels, that is Fano. Talks with Amara rebels, that is Fano. Just now you have seen. So since for the first time, you know, if you are hearing, okay, listening to all these names for the first time, it will be a little bit confusing. Okay. But again, okay, read it 2-3 times. In future, you'll not have any problem at all. Okay. So whenever any news is coming, since you're already familiar with all these things, since the basics are all strong, any future conflict occurring in this region, it will be very clear. Okay. So this is about the dam here. The next important location in the news is, okay, Darfur genocide. Okay, give a heading. Let's talk about Sudan now. Sudan. So this is Sudan. If you look at topography of Sudan, in the west, you see a hilly part over here. Okay, this region is Darfur. Darfur region. Okay, and Darfur are the highlands or plateau. Darfur plateau is volcanic in origin. Plateau is volcanic in origin. See, the entire Sudan has what Muslims. But again, okay, in the Muslims also you have divisions. So here you have Arabs and Darfur is non-Arabs. Because since it is a highland, so the customs which the Arabs will be following, the same customs they will not be following. Okay. For example, if you see the people of Darfur, they'll not be wearing this, what do you call, the long dress from top to bottom. क्या बोलते हैं? कफन बोलते हैं? नहीं, क्या बोलते हैं? Kaftan, what is that? Whatever is that. See, since they don't have a problem of the sand, if an Arab is, going to the Darfur region and saying that, Bhaiya, okay, ye bhi pehen lo, ya behan, ye bhi pehen lo, okay, will they wear? No, 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 not required. The climate is different. It's relatively cool over there. They don't have much problem with the sand there. That's why they have developed different cultures, non-Arabs. Okay. Again, the Sudan has gone through, okay, many military dictatorships. Now, in order to become a hero, you always require a villain. So who has become a villain here? Non-Arabs. Okay. On the basis of that only we'll start ruling, right? Forever. But luckily in India, that doesn't happen. Okay, this election has proved that. Right? You can't, okay, play this card all the time forever. Okay, 10 साल बहुत हो गए. Huh? So the Arabs have problem with non-Arabs. Okay, whatever it means. Inhabited by non-Arab ethnicity. Inhabited by non-Arab ethnicity. Whereas the rest of the Sudan is Arab. See, for a very long time, a lot of atrocities were committed. Okay. And in committing these atrocities, one person played a very key role. Okay. So he was the president for like almost 30 years. So since he cannot do the dirty job, he has hired him. Okay. Since he's little bit educated, he hired him. His name is Muhammad Hamdan Dagalo. The famously it is called as Hemeti. Okay. Hemeti means protector. So what Bashir, this guy is Bashir. What Bashir has done is that, so since he have to remain in power for a very long time, for 30 years, okay, he has remained in power. Okay. So he'll be having a lot of other power centers also. So he has, put a very, clever system of pitching one against the other. So whosoever are his subordinates, okay, there's a lot of infighting among them only. And everyone is a protector of Bashir. And they're fighting among themselves. So that they cannot consolidate and he cannot be overthrown. Okay. So, see, Burhan, okay, was the military commander and Hemeti, okay. So Hemeti, okay, Bashir thought that, okay, Hemeti literally means protector. So Hemeti will be my protector. That's why he started, okay, supporting Hemeti a lot. He started giving, okay, a lot of forces to Hemeti. Okay. Now it is a paramilitary force. It's not military. This is proper military. This is paramilitary. Okay. So can you make a paramilitary stronger than military? Imagine, okay, BSF, becoming stronger than Indian Army or Indian Air Force. Can you do that? No. But okay, at a point of time when this war was happening, if Burhan had, 4 lakh soldiers, so Hemeti had 2 lakh plus militias. So he has become that powerful. He also had his own air force. So that powerful the Hemeti has become. So after Hemeti has become powerful, okay. Now, okay, here he too has to earn a source of income, right? So what Bashir has done is that, okay, in order to please him, because he is the protector, in order to please him, a lot of gold mines, okay, he has given to him. A lot of, mineral rich regions were given to him. And also Hemeti was supplying a lot of mercenaries in the neighboring countries. If Saudi Arabia, it requires, okay, say mercenaries to fight in Yemen, he was providing. Okay, if Russia requires mercenaries, okay, in Chechnya and other parts, so Hemeti was supporting. So that is how by supplying mercenaries and by mining the gold mines, this person has become very rich. Okay, so he has become powerful. He has become powerful. Then these two people thought, why him? Why not us? Okay, so these two people have overthrown Omar al-Bashir. Okay, now there was a transitional military-led government. Now, when these two people are in power, okay, Hemeti become why I shouldn't be coming in power. So that is when, okay, he had done air raids in Khartoum. So he has attacked a lot of civilians. Okay. And also, okay, he has got a lot of money and supplying mercenaries everywhere. Now, just now I told you that Hemeti is also supporting the Fano political group of Amhara in which country? Somalia? No, Ethiopia. So he has got interest everywhere. So that's why in this context, these two names become very important. So that's why this entire country of Sudan is in conflict. Okay. Now here, let's see which are all the disputed regions in Sudan. Okay. To understand, okay, the case of Darfur. So other than Darfur, let's see the other regions. Okay. So this is called as Bir Tabil. Write down. It's between the Sudan and Egypt. Bir Tabil. It's between Sudan and Egypt. It's no man's land. Nobody claims. It's no man's land. Nobody claims it. If you want to establish, your religious rashtra, you can see if you search for Bir Tawil, you'll see a lot of people. This is Indian guy only. अपना झंडा गाड़ दिया, मेरा land है. कोई भी claim नहीं कर रहा है. Desert. कौन क्या करेगा? Okay, right. And adjacent to Bir Tawil, there is one more region called as Halab Triangle. Halab Triangle is disputed between Egypt and Sudan. Heard of this name? Halab Triangle. It's just beside Bir Tawil. Halab Triangle. It's disputed between the Sudan and Egypt. Okay. Let's see the other regions. All the regions here become important. Right. Yes, I have not included more maps here. Okay, here. So better to draw this. Okay. I'll tell you location later on you can draw. Okay. You have a region called as between Sudan and South Sudan. Okay. You have Kafia, right? Give a side heading South Sudan. South Sudan. South Sudan got independence in 2011. Got independence in 2011. Now, what might be the conflict here? Guess between Sudan and South Sudan. See, the geography is different. It's a desert, it's a grassland come forest. Okay. They are Christians, these are Muslims. Okay. Independence in 2011 because of religious divide. Because of religious divide. Sudan is Muslim and South Sudan is Christian. See how geography determines which religion you follow, which ethnicity you have. So even South Sudan has numerous ethnicities. Okay, they have united together to fight against Sudan. But again, they themselves are having conflicts. I don't. the numerous ethnicities of South Sudan united together for independence from Sudan. From Sudan. And now, two major tribes are fighting against each other. Fighting against each other. One is a Dinka tribe. Dinka. D-I-N-K-A. Dinka is around 35.8%, which is ruling now. Salva Kiir, who is the president here, is from Dinka tribe. The current president is from Dinka tribe. And other minority is Newer tribe, N-U-E-R. Newer tribe, other tribes. Dinkas are agriculturalists. Dinkas are agriculturalists. They have agricultural land. Whereas Newers are pastoralists. Newer pastoralists. And because of climate change, both will be affected. Now the Newers want land over there, which is occupied by Dinka. That's why the conflict. Because of climate change, dryness. Because of climate change, there is excessive dryness. The Newers are demanding land from Dinka. Land from Dinka. Who are the most tallest people in the world? Again, they belong to Dinka tribe. Dinka tribe is one of the tallest tribes in the world. You must have seen this kind of images, right? You know, how tall they are. They belong to Dinka. You can see them. Okay, this picture is there in GC Liang also, right? So these people are extremely tall. Now, what happened after the division is that South Sudan is rich in oil. North Sudan does not have much resources. But what is the problem with South Sudan? It has oil, but what? What is lacking? It is landlocked. It doesn't have access to sea route. So after the independence, the oil-rich South Sudan has lost access to the sea. Therefore, it is negotiating with Kenya. Kenya is nearby. Kenya for sea route access. Now here, let's see some of the regions. First, I'll be telling you the regions. Later on, you can draw. There's so many conflicted regions within Sudan. Okay. Here only you draw. So this is all Sudan. So this is South Sudan. So here in between, you have a region called as Abe region. And you have one more region here called as South Kordofan. These are all conflicted. Kordofan. And your third region here is called as Blue Nile State, because Blue Nile will be coming here. Blue Nile State. Province. So these are either autonomous, not claimed, or conflicted. So such kind of regions will always be asked. And last year there were 4 questions, okay, and the autonomous region or disputed regions. In the same diagram, you have to mark other locations also. Okay, carefully draw. Blue Nile State. I hope it is a little bit slow now. Is it? Even if it is not, you have to say it. Okay. Now talk about Abyei region. Abyei is not claimed by Sudan, not South Sudan. Nobody is claiming it. Nobody wants it. Neither claimed by Sudan or South Sudan. Monitored by UN. Monitored by UN. And India deployed. Largest contingent of women peacekeepers. Deployed largest contingent of women peacekeepers. And these peacekeepers of the UN are also called as blue helmets. They wear a blue helmet with a UN written on it. Also called as blue helmet. Now guess, okay, which country is the largest supplier of these blue helmets to the UN? Second largest. Bangladesh, right on this. Bangladesh is the largest, don't say supplier, okay? Okay. Whatever you want to write, you can write. Again, if a kind of question is asked, okay, why India should be getting a permanent seat in the UN, etc., blah, blah, you can write such kind of points. Okay. Okay, you can also add Nari Shakti in Amrutkal, something like that. But no, one good thing this election has done is that now we'll see that the government itself will be infighting because it's a coalition. Now you don't have to get scared of Sir Alexa, because previously you guys used to ask me a lot of questions, right? Sir, can I write this? Can I not write this? Now you don't have to get scared at all. Okay, you can write whatever is right. Okay, you can analyze the things, okay, from a neutral point of view. This is a good point, okay, which this election has done. Okay, in 10-15 days you can see itself. Since from yesterday only a lot of news channels they started taking the turn altogether. Okay, earlier days to praise this person a lot, abhi gali de rahe. Okay, South Kordofan and Blue Nile states are autonomous. South Kordofan and Blue Nile state are autonomous. These names are just important, okay? They'll not be asking all the story. In exam, they will just ask South Kordofan is associated with what? Match the following. They'll be giving Ethiopia, Somalia, okay, Sudan, or Chad, something like that. Now, here some locations are important. Kafia Kingi area. This here. This is Sudan. This is South Sudan. Abyei, you have noted. On this corner, you mark Kafia Kingi. Kafia Kingi. It is mineral rich. Mineral rich. Obviously, if it is mineral rich, both of will be disputing. अभी यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है अभी Okay. If you are useless now, if you don't become IAS now, your parents also will disown you. That becomes something. Only if your mineral rich will be disputed. See, एक ये ले सकता है वो ले सकता है ना, but no, this is disowned, abandoned, but for this both are conflicting. Okay, Kafia King is mineral rich, disputed between two. But Sudan controls it. Sudan controls it. You have one more city here, town here, called as Heglig. Below South Kordofan, you can mark it. Heglig. 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 Heglig is between South Kordofan and South Sudan. Between South Kordofan and South Sudan. Now guess. Okay, it is rich in oil. Rich in oil. Now guess. Is it abandoned or claimed by both? Okay, obviously. Rich in oil and claimed by both. And Kafia Kingi has a Radom National Park, RADOM. Kafia Kingi has Radom National Park, RADOM, Radom National Park, which is also disputed. Of course, between Sudan and South Sudan. You see one more region here, Bahar el Arab. Right on this, mark it here. Bahar, Bahr, El Arab, or sometimes also called a Ghazal. Bahar el Ghazal, sorry, Ghazal or Arab. It is a swamp created by, it is the swamp. Swamp means, right? What? Where you kill people and throw the dead bodies? Swamp. Created by Kir River, Kiir. Created by Kir River. Kir River is important because what is the president of South Sudan? What's his name? Salva Kiir. Okay. So this is inhabited by Dinka tribe. Bahar el Arab, inhabited by Dinka tribe. The president is also Dinka of South Sudan. In Darfur, you had one more point. Sorry for adding points in between. In Darfur, okay, you have Marra Mountains. Marra, Marra. Marra Mountains. In South Kordofan, add one more point. South Kordofan. South Kordofan is rich in oil. South Kordofan is rich in oil. Okay. It has pro-South Sudan supporters. It has a lot of pro-South Sudan supporters. Means future it will become conflict. Because now it is part of Sudan. It has a lot of pro-South Sudan. Okay. And it has a Nuba Mountains, Nuba. South Kordofan has Nuba Mountains, Nuba. Remember this name, Hemeti. Okay, belongs to RSF, Rapid Support Forces. It's a paramilitary. Next. So coming back to Senegal, there's a country called as Senegal here. Look at the map here. Okay. So this is Senegal. In between Senegal, you have a country called as Gambia. Just now heard the name Gambia. In which context? Smallest country, inland. Okay. In between you have Gambia. Now you can see a divide here. So this is desert come grasslands, and the south you have forest. Obviously, the ethnicity will be different, and obviously they'll be demanding for their own independence. So that's why this region becomes important. Okay. Casamance region. Casamance. It is rich in forest. Rich in forest. Unlike Senegal. And the recent conflict for its independence has created numerous refugees. Numerous refugees. Even the Gambians had to flee. Even the Gambians had to flee. Okay. So this is about Senegal. Now there's a pink lake here. Okay. In Senegal itself, this is called as Lake Rabta. You can see the sea here, Lake Redba, Redba, Retba, Lake Redba. It's in Senegal. Also called as Pink Lake. You can see the color here. Also called as Pink Lake. Pink color is because of algae. Remember one thing, coloration is always because of algae. Until some special sunburst crisis or bacteria also. It has high salinity of 40%. It has very high salinity of around 40%. And it is at the verge of disappearing. It is at the verge of disappearance. Again, because of climate change. Okay. And capital of Senegal is Dakar. DAKAR. Capital of Senegal is Dakar. And on this name, okay, there are two declarations which have been signed. Okay, around Dakar Declaration on Climate Summit 2023. Dakar Declaration on Climate Summit 2023. Again, this agenda is, okay, see, so when you divide, okay, whenever the climate summits will be happening, basically there are three groups. One is the developed countries who are historically responsible for emissions. One is developing countries, which are emitting now. Okay, now they are contributing. तो LDCs है, उनका कोई जॉब ही नहीं है, मतलब उनका कोई ना जीडीपी है, कुछ है, कोई, they're not emitting at all. So the developed countries have taken this historical responsibility and they're saying that they'll be reducing the emissions. Okay, developing countries are saying that okay we will reduce. कभी कभी बोलते हैं no, okay yes no चल रहा है. ये क्या करें? LDCs, least developed countries. The Dakar Declaration is on that. What is the role of these least developed countries? There are 46 such countries. What is their role in climate summits or climate change program? So that is about Dakar Declaration. Understood? Right now. So it is issued by 46 LDCs. I hope you know, everyone knows what is LDC and all, right? What is this LDCs? About their role in climate change obligations. And also there is one more, okay, declaration, that is Dakar Declaration on Road Safety. Dakar Declaration on Road Safety. You can remember this way. For example, someone vomited, Dakar aa gaya. Will slip, fall, road safety. Somehow you have to, create something and remember. If you have something better, let me know. Okay. So this is about Senegal and the conflict in Senegal. Again, you see, wherever you have the conflict now, okay, you'll always have what? Difference in ethnicity. And just now you have seen the Guinea Highlands here. See, the Guinea Highlands are most are in Guinea. Some of them are extending into southern part also. That's why it also has bauxite reserves beyond. So next one is, yeah. Okay, write down. You have written the algae, na? That algae is a special algae. It's called as halophilic algae. Halophilic means salt-loving algae. एकदम special है, imported. It's called as halophilic. Halo means what? Halogens. Salt. Philic means loving. बस हो गया. That's why, whenever, okay, throw some keywords. In examination also, you should be doing this. Throw some keywords, high-five word over there, finished. The people will not be asking question beyond that. If you are simply saying that salt-loving algae is there, क्या sir, क्या बोल रहा है? If you say halophilic, artificial intelligence, okay? If I'm using such big words whenever I give a speech, people will be convinced really. अरे वाह, क्या बोल रहा है? Same technique, okay? You should be using in your answers also. For 10 years, this kind of things have worked. It will work in the examination also. Okay. Now you see the religious composition. Okay. Three major religions in Africa. Obviously, okay. Sand loving people. कौन सा religion है वहां पे? Islam. Okay. Wherever you have sand, same religion. Now, these Europeans have been very clever. They wanted the coastal region. उन्होंने सोचा रेती में जाके क्या करेंगे? They wanted resources. That's why they occupied all the coastal regions and, okay, resources, be it a mineral resource, okay, or be it, okay, the forest resources, freshwater resources, whatever. That's why the southern part is mostly dominated by Christianity. And in between where you're having forests, they also have animism. Animism means they worship the nature. Okay, three religions. You can draw this, divide over here in Africa so that you'll have a clarity. You'll get to know why Sahel region is in conflict. You can give a heading Sahel. Sahel is Sub-Saharan African region. Yellow is, animism, others. They worship nature. They worship trees, rivers, mountains. Not buildings. not monuments, nature lovers. Truly eco-friendly people. Huh? That's animism. So this is roughly the religious composition. Now let's come to Sahel here. So this region of Africa, this is called as the Sahel region of Africa. S-A-H-E-L. Sahel region. Also called as Sub-Saharan African region. Sub-Saharan African region. See, you have desert in the north, forest grassland in the south. Okay. This grassland is not just acting as a climatic divide, okay, or a vegetation divide, but also it is acting as a religious divide. Right now, the Sahel region is not just a climatic or vegetation divide. It is also a religious divide. Now, here in this region, we'll be having cultural transitions. So, wherever you're having such kind of borders or boundaries where you have cultural transitions, it is prone to conflicts. Next point. It's also a region of cultural ethnicity transition. Also a cultural transition, ethnic transition region. Okay. Therefore, prone to conflicts. And remember one more thing, whenever you want to solve a conflict, first recognize that, differences, okay, at least diversity is there. The recognition of diversity itself will solve half of the problems. So when you recognize the diversity, you'll be having a power sharing agreement among all. That will solve most of the problems. The problem occurs when one tries to dominate over the other. Okay. But again, this region also has resources. Okay. Now, so many things are happening here. Now, there is increasing desertification. Because of the desertification, the marginal lands which were productive, now they are being covered by the sand. So when they were covered by the sand, okay, then productivity will not be happening. Say a pastoralist is there here or an agriculturalist here. If they are unable to do any production, कुछ ना कुछ तो employment चाहिए, तब कौन आएगा? बोको हराम will come. Recruitment. Jobless है ना? Jobless लोग कहाँ जाते हैं? Okay, वहीं पे जाएंगे, जाके रोड पे ऊपर जाके चिल्लाएंगे. Okay, ये तो बंदूक देंगे तो बंदूक से लड़ेंगे. So that is what they'll do. Some source of employment they will require. Okay, so that's why, okay, it is leading to extremism here. Okay, and now who will be supplying them with, arms, ammunition, etc.? Only when they'll be having some kind of a resource, then foreign players will come. So earlier, this area was largely dominated by France. Okay, the France used to control this region. But now, okay, in this region, along with France, UK, USA also has come. When UK, USA comes, especially when USA comes, Russia also enters. So nowadays, Russia has been funding a lot of groups in this region. So that's why it has become an ugly conflict and has led to a lot of military coups also in this region. So this entire region has military coups. Okay. So the reasons you write down. What do you write? The reasons for military coups. Military coups. Okay, you can write down this fact first. So which all countries have undergone military coup? So Gabon being the latest one here. You can draw this. Timeline is also given here. Okay, this is better. Entire belt. Why only that entire belt has to undergo military coup? When the climate, climate change, okay, transition zone, ethnicity has got something to do with. So that's
Sir, your camera turned off. Sorry, audio.
no, I don't know anything. Draw this, yeah. Don't waste time. Basically, all have undergone military coup. Okay. Okay. One country from Gabon also. Or what is that? Gabon. It's not from Sahel. Gabon is not from Sahel. Because on coups also last year there was a question. They'll be giving a long statement. It has undergone military coup. Identify which country. So that is how they'll be giving a question. Now write down the reasons. Reasons for the coup. The first is okay. Difference in ethnicities. Difference in the ethnicities. Second reason is limited resources and overpopulation. Because they can't stay in the desert, neither they can stay in forest. कहाँ पे जाएंगे? They'll be going in grassland only, right? Limited resources and overgrowing population. Now here, if you look at the countries, growth rate now, like what is the TFR of India? अभी 2 से नीचे हो गया. To TFR, total fertility rate. Means the number of children the woman is going to give birth in her, what do you call that time? 15 to 49, what do you call that? I forgot the word. Okay, whatever is that. So here, okay, on an average in these countries now, okay, the TFR is 5 to 6, right in the bracket. Means एक घर में on an average 5 से बच्चे हैं. Like the way your grandfathers used to have. The TFR is very high in this region. TFR, total fertility rate, 5 to 6. Second reason. So too much increase in population, too less resources. Okay. Obviously, associated with this, poverty will be there. Again, if a population is increasing, if you are having riches, no problem, no? Poverty is also a reason. Poverty. The next reason is resources. Resources. Examples in bracket you can write down. Guinea, 50% of world's bauxite, aluminium. Aluminum is highly valuable. 50% of world's bauxite. 50. Oh. Next, for example, Mali. Mali has uranium. Around 7% of world's uranium. Right, 2, 3 examples sufficient enough. Okay, resources. Next reason is foreign players. Foreign players. Foreign players. Especially Okay, France, especially France. Now Russia also has entered. Now even Russia entered. Converting this region into geopolitical background. Converting this region into geopolitical background. Geopolitical battleground, sorry. Geopolitical battleground. Now, in this region, you have a phenomenon called as Francophonia. Since most of the countries here have been ruled by France, तो फ्रांस ठेका लेके रखा है कि कुछ भी होगा यहाँ पे I will take one जिम्मेदारी. And these countries also poor, right? Who will they go? They look up to when they have a problem. They look up to France only. This phenomenon is called as Francophonia. Explain this in your own words. Francophonia. Bracket content, most of them were French colonies, and France always has their back, quote unquote. Now, France has taken Theka here. If some insurgent group, okay, if it is uprising, the France has to enter. So the French military operation, okay, to reduce the insurgency in this region is called as Barkhane, Operation Barkhane. Write down Operation Barkhane, Barkhane. बार खाना ओके खाना पीना दोनों होता है ना that way. Operation Barkhane is the counter terrorism operation led by France. And the place where you have written Gabon, na, right? One more point over there, Gabon. Gabon. See, for example, okay, your country has taken a lot of debt. Okay. Now we'll be saying that, okay, in order to, okay, pay my debt, I'll be cutting the forest, I'll be collecting timber, I'll be selling the timber and giving you money. But again, if the forest in this region, okay, because it is located in the equatorial region, if the forest in Gabon are cut, don't you think it will affect the world climate also? Right? It has rich forest. That's such kind of countries will also go for this debt for nature swap. Means, okay, the Bank of America told that, okay, see, you don't have to pay your debt, no problem, but save your forests. Don't cut your forests. So this is called as debt for nature swap. Since Gabon, okay, recently got into coup, that's why you should know this fact. Right in Gabon. Gabon recently entered into debt for nature swap. Debt for nature swap with Bank of America. Yeah, that is secondary again. What happens there secondary? Again, what he's saying is also true. So what happens is that in debt for nature swap, it's a big scam. For example, okay, I'm an NGO. I'll be going and finding these countries which are rich in natural resources. And, I'll be, going to contact the debtors also. तो बोलूंगा कि okay उनका डेट माफ कर दो okay I'll be acting as a negotiator okay or a consultancy in between. I'll earn a lot of money and after okay your debt maafi hone ke baad whether they will be protecting the forest or not is secondary, right? Doesn't matter. Again the deterioration of the forest will happen. That's why it is also considered to be a big scam. Okay, okay. Now this region is plagued with lot of terrorism. So you have a region between Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. It's called as Liptako Goruma region. Write down this name. Liptako. You can draw the map, okay, and mark this. Liptako Gorma region. Gourma. Gorma region. Located between Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. This region is facing the wrath of jihadis. Next, there's a group called as ECOWAS group. ECOWAS group. Okay, ECOWAS means Economic Community of West African States. It's an economic grouping. Right about this? ECOWAS. It's an economic grouping of West African states. Okay, West African countries. See, it's just economic grouping, but no, they'll be having, okay, like just like SARC. Okay, SARC is what? It's also economic grouping, right? ASEAN is also economic grouping. They cooperate in trade and all. Okay. So again, peace and tranquility is a basis for any kind of trade or business. Once the peace in this region is disturbed, do you think the trade will happen? No, right? So ECOWAS told that, okay, we'll be sending armed groups. Okay, reduce the militancy in this region. Okay, now the military leaders of this region, okay, they have raised the coup. They have become the leaders here. Do you think they will allow the ECOWAS to enter? No, ECOWAS ने बोला हम भेजेंगे. वो लोग बोले हम ECOWAS में है ही नहीं. They given up the membership. So recently in 24, 3 countries which have undergone military coup has given up membership of ECOWAS. Write down. In 2024, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali have withdrawn their membership. Have withdrawn their membership from ECOWAS. When ECOWAS demanded for military intervention to avert the coups. Avert the coups. Okay. So that's why it might become important. Next, you have a country called as Sierra Leone. Okay. Write down. Sierra Leone. It's also in the skull of Africa. Skull of Africa. So what's happening in this country is that यहाँ पे अलग ही नशे कर रहे लोग. ओके, नशे किससे होता है पता है? स्केलेटन्स. स्केलेटन से कुछ पाउडर वाटर लेते हैं. They'll be mixing some opioids. They'll be mixing that and they're smoking that. And once they are smoking that, they become like zombies. That's why it is also called as zombie drug. And because so many youth are getting destroyed because of this zombie drug. So the Senegal has to declare emergency. Okay. Adam. You can write it. It's also local language is also Kush. Adam. The zombie drug or Kush ekdam. Bindas hai. Kush. No tension. Host. You can write the same sentence which is there. Host Sierra Leone to declare emergency. And the addicts are digging graves for skeletons. Digging graves for skeletons. अलग ही नशे. इंडिया में पॉसिबल नहीं है क्योंकि जला देते हैं ना. Okay. Again in this region, okay, in northern part of Nigeria, I guess I told you earlier also, okay, northern part of Nigeria, okay, you have this grassland come desert, southern part, okay. So this is also divided. The southern part has Christianity and the northern part has Islam, okay. And this is, okay, the poor part of Nigeria also, okay, and you have Muslims, fundamentalism, poverty, okay, perfect recipe for forming a group called as Boko Haram. And as Boko Haram is making a lot of strides into Chad also. They're entering into Chad also. You can write down this. Okay, this territory becomes very important. Borno. The Borno is the territory. Borno is the territory of Nigeria, northern Nigeria. Nigeria. Near Lake Chad. Near Lake Chad. Chad also important this year. Near Lake Chad. Epicenter of Boko Haram. Making advances into Lake Chad countries. Lake Chad countries. Now see which are these Lake Chad countries. Again, Lake Chad is important because give us editing Lake Chad. Lake Chad. Lake Chad has inland drainage. Lake Chad has inland drainage. Because of climate change, the water has reduced. Water has reduced in Chari River. Chari River, which is Chari River, leading to shrinking of the lake. Leading to the shrinking of the lake. Now, Lake Chad countries or Lake Chad basin countries. Lake Chad basin countries. Cameroon. Again, Cameroon important. Chad. Niger. And Nigeria. Niger and Nigeria. If you want, you can draw this. I hope it is visible. And this is the Chari River. Draw this map. If at all any map location is coming from Africa, it should not be crossing this. आना है तो इसी में से आना है. Because I'm covering almost all, okay, last 2 years of current affairs also. And people are preparing for the films, must have come across location all. Done? Okay. So this is a Maghreb region. Note down this. I will give you one more information here. We just now talked about Cameroon, right? Cameroon. Okay. So this is a country, Cameroon. You have a region called as Amazonia. So this is okay ruled by English, and this is ruled by French. Now this part is almost autonomous, almost separated from Cameroon. Right on this. Huh? English means UK ना right? English speaking. These are English speaking, these are French speaking. बस एक दूसरे की भाषा समझ में नहीं आती है लड़ाई. From that, this kind of phenomenon is also called as Anglophone war. Anglophone war. It is the English-French divide. Phone, Phon. A Francophonia, I come across, right? Is Anglophone. So you have the divisions on the basis of language also. So these are the two regions. This is called as Maghreb region, and this is called as Mashriq region. Mashriq is the land of rising sun. This is land of setting sun. And Maghreb region is also important grouping. That's why you should be knowing the names of this. Okay. First you write down Maghreb and Mashriq. The pronunciation is right, Vani? Okay. I'm wrong, don't kill me. No? Maghreb is land of rising sun. Sorry, land of setting sun. Mashriq is land of rising sun. And here you have a region called as Gulf of Sidre. This is called as Gulf of Sidre. And this is called as Gulf of Gabes. You can draw this. Both are rich in oil. And both belong to Libya, part of Tunisia also. You can draw this. In Atlas, it will be Sitra also. SATRA. अरे यहाँ पे है ना सिद्रा जम्मू में पता नहीं यहाँ पे ऊपर पहाड़ चढ़ के हाईवे से उधर पर रोहिंग्या के कैंप भी है ना विच रूट इज दैट वहीं पे है क्या ठीक है ऊपर रोड चढ़ते ही हटा दिया अच्छा सिद्रा बोलते हैं ना ये सिद्रा ओके दिस कॉल्ड एज गल्फ ऑफ सिद्रे द गल्फ ऑफ सिद्रे डिवाइड्स द मगरब एंड मशरिक गल्फ ऑफ सिद्रे डिवाइड्स द मगरब रीजन एंड so Sidre and Gapes next point Sidre and Gabes, both in Libya. Both in Libya are rich in oil. Rich in oil. Libya is 10th or 11th largest in terms of oil reserves in the world. Libya, 10th or 11th largest in terms of oil reserves in the world. Next point. After the Arab Spring, you know Arab Spring, right, everyone? Because this entire region, it was ruled by autocrats. Okay. In the year 2011, in Tunisia, Tunisia is the first country where the Arab uprising has started. In Tunisia, okay, one youth, okay, in the market, okay, has committed suicide by burning himself. So that has caused a lot of outrage in this region. And this fire has spread into other countries also. It has spread into Algeria, it has spread into Libya, Egypt, Bahrain, Syria. Okay, spread into other countries. And it has led to, okay, the downfall of a lot of autocrats. So before this, Libya was ruled by Muammar Gaddafi. I love this person. He has ruled, okay, Libya for like 40 odd years. He was also military ruler. Okay. Because when, okay, his rule was there. Later on, he was killed by his own people. So कोई भी dictator हो यही हालत होगी final में. Remember. Okay. So earlier, before, after. That's right. Gaddafi, right? So when Gaddafi was in power, because of oil riches, what Gaddafi has done is that he did not give any of his oil to any of the Western companies. Okay, he has completely nationalized the oil drilling in Libya. Do you think USA will like it? You have oil and you're not giving, okay, your resources to Schlumberger or Transoceans or ExxonMobil. Do you like it? No. Then what they will say? You want democracy. So that is when this Arab Spring has spread into all these regions. Finally, it led to the fall of Gaddafi. Now, after the fall of Gaddafi, this region, okay, is split into numerous tribes, okay, and there are two ruling powers here. So one is Tripoli, the erstwhile capital, and one faction is centered around important location called as Benghazi. Okay, so Benghazi becomes important here. We can write down in short. After the fall of Gaddafi, the infighting in Libya, has strengthened many militias. Many militias. Okay. One such, next point you can write, one such militia is centered around Benghazi. Benghazi. And the capital is Tripoli. Write down this also. Capital is Tripoli. Okay. Recently, one more thing happened here. Here, there's a city called as Derna. I guess I've told you this example in the class also. So this is city of Derna. And over the city of Derna, okay, a little bit far away, you have built a dam here. Okay. The small dam over here. Okay, Derna Valley Dam, you can see. Okay. Now, in this region, there was excessive rainfall. The place where you can see waterfalls, now the dam is there. In this region, there was excessive rainfall. The rainfall is because of omega block. What is this? This is a meandering jet stream. So whenever you have a meandering jet stream, when it's meandering like this, you'll be having high pressure in the middle and low pressure on the either sides. So this low pressure, okay, low pressure means the air is being sucked out. When the air is sucked out, when it will be causing cyclonic convergence, it has led to floods over here. And in this region only, Derna region only, you had a dam. Okay. Do you think the dam will be able to take so much of water? No, right? The dam is stopping the excessive water. Dam itself will collapse. And in order to save the dam, what will do? You will release the water. The dams themselves have become the reasons for the floods. And has caused a lot of flooding in the desert, Libyan desert. And one important city which is almost flushed out is called the city of Derna. Okay? Understood? Draw this. I hope you are getting all this. ये लोग बीच में नए लोग कहाँ हैं चले गए others who haven't attended my classes you attended and for the people who are attending prelims okay you have read all this but valuation is there well known okay hold on. Write down from Daniel don't reverse the name okay from Daniel was caused in Libya caused in Libya due to the formation of omega block which has caused floods in the Libyan desert. Libyan desert, especially in Derna, due to Derna Dam, especially in Derna, due to Derna Dam. So just now telling you that after the fall of Gaddafi, so many factions have become so powerful. So one such faction which has become powerful in this region, okay, is called as Tuareg. I don't have the map, I guess. I'll show you. You can draw this region, Tuareg region. I don't. After the fall of Gaddafi, After the fall of Gaddafi, the Tuaregs stole the arms and ammunition, and they started fighting for their homeland based on ethnic superiority. Ethnic superiority. Yeah. Who said that word? Use that word. Acha. Nice. So you can see this, Tuareg people, they're comparatively fair. They have the sharp features. They're unlike other Africans. Obviously, they'll be having this cultural superiority, and they started dominating the rest of the region. So on the basis of this, they are saying that, we want a region of our own. You can draw this map of Tuareg region. You can draw this. It's located in all these countries. Again, it's part of Sahel only. So if you want to write multiple dimensions in the answer, you can also add such kind of points. What all things are leading to what secession or like extremism or infighting? Of course, some reasons I have mentioned. So this can become a separate point. Just because they are, they have sharp features and fairer than others, they are claiming superiority. Okay. It doesn't happen in India. Okay. We believe in multiple ethnicity, right? Again, the same thing here. Okay. इंडिया में होता ही नहीं कलर के बेसिस पे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. Even if you are a star cricketer also, you're not discriminated on the basis of color. Okay. Next, come to Mozambique. Right down. Okay. Look here. See, this is a country of Mozambique. I look at the religious composition again. So they have gone into the desert, but also along the coast, they're spreading into the south. So north of Mozambique, you have Islam again. An important region is Cabo Delgado. Okay, write down. Cabo Delgado. You can write Mozambique is largely Christian. Mozambique is largely Christian. But its northern part, northern province. That's northern province. Cabo Delgado. Delgado is Muslim dominated. Muslim dominated. An Islamic group called as Ansar al-Sunnah. Don't know what it means. Al-Sunnah means Pearl is Islam, right? A group called as Ansar al-Sunnah, which is ISIS affiliate, means branch of ISIS, franchisee of ISIS. It's franchisee only. ISIS gives franchises. ISIS affiliate means, for example, you have good credentials. You can prove that you have arms ammunition funding and all. ISIS will give you a franchisee, भाई मेरा नाम ले ले, हमको इतना रॉयल्टी देना है, तुम अपना काम चला. This is not a joke because, okay, an Indian group, okay, an Assamese, okay, or extremist group, okay, it also applied for ISIS franchisee. It was supposed to get, but थोड़ा मिस हो गया क्योंकि ISIS वहां पे fall हो गया. Okay, the ISIS had been allowed. Okay, this could also have become the ISIS affiliate in India, one of the branches. Okay, all over the world. Rouse also has a branch, na, here. ISIS also. Yeah. Now it is also called as Al-Shabaab. This group is also called as Al-Shabaab. But it's not the same Al-Shabaab of Somalia. Okay. It has one more name, Al-Shabaab. But not the same Al-Shabaab of Somalia. Now think, okay, terrorism is, is it born just like that? नहीं ना, कुछ तो resources होना चाहिए, right? Okay, now come to resources. So without any resource, you don't have terrorism. You should be having some resource over there. Now this region, okay, is into mining, right? Cabo Delgado is rich in mines. The name of the mine is Montepuez mine. Montepuez mine. 80% of world's ruby supply comes from here. 80% of world's ruby. Ruby pata hai na? Women, ask women who are around you. If you want to stop a war here, if you want to reduce terrorism, what you should do? Stop wearing diamonds, rubies, and don't demand ornaments. Problem solved. Right. And also nowadays, since it has got coastline, it has become since it has become a carrier of heroin also. So they're extracting a lot of money from heroin trade. I don't. They also extract money from heroin trade. Around $100 million per year. What, you're getting new startup idea? Again, of course, poverty is there in this region. Okay, in Mozambique, and look at where they are, located their capital. The capital of Mozambique is Maputo. It's in one corner. Cabo Delgado is here. That is around like 1,000 miles away. Firstly, they are poor and they don't have access to the capital. So this is also leading to disenfranchisement, okay, dissatisfaction. One more reason. The poor Muslims of Cabo Delgado feel neglected, and the capital Maputo is on the other end of the country, 1,000 miles away. Is on the other end of the country, 1,000 miles away. So next is, in this region you have along the you have Okavango River. Okavango River has an inland drainage, and this region in Botswana is called as Okavango Swamp. Draw this. Important. Huh? Inland drainage means it will not be meeting the sea. The river will not go and mix with the sea. It will be spreading here only. The river spreads like this. Beach mein khatam ho jati. So it will developing a swamp. Draw this. You can give a heading. Okavango Swamp. Done? I done. The swamp is created by Okavango River in Botswana. It is UNESCO World Heritage Site. Again, due to climate change, this region is facing severe drought. And this region has largest elephant population in the world. Huh? Ah, yeah. It's not fair. Known for it. Acha, acha. Oh. They can hear everything. Because if you're having, large diaphragm, right? Large number of waves will be reflecting. That's why they can hear better. So elephants can also hear ultrasound. That's the reason. Cooling effect. Okay, but utility also there, right? The small ears, Asian. It has largest elephant population in the world. Okay. Next, okay, around Kenya, you have Lamu archipelago. Near Kenya, you have Lamu archipelago. It is known for mangroves, and coastal ecosystem. India helped Kenya okay, in the survey of this region. Survey of this region. So next, off the coast of Tanzania, again the same region here. Off the coast of Tanzania, you have a small island called Zanzibar. Okay. In Zanzibar, you have IIT Madras offshore campus, recently established. I don't know. You can write this down in India-Africa ties, etc. Zanzibar. Zanzibar is an island. Zanzibar off the coast of Tanzania. IIT Madras, not Chennai. IIT Madras has an offshore campus. You can go to Africa for studying now. Had it been USA or Europe, na, they would have had high competition. Next, Angola. So near Angola, you can see there's a territory called as Cabinda. I can draw this. And between Cabinda and Angola, here, this is River Congo. Also mark this. Okay. The Cabinda is facing separatist movement. Cabinda is facing separatist movement. Now, guess will it have any resource? Obviously, should be having. नहीं तो funding कहाँ से आएगी, right? Right. So it is rich in oil. Okay. Next, Gulf of Guinea. You can open the atlas. You have atlases. So this is Gulf of Guinea. And Gulf of Guinea, the equator passes, and also you have this Greenwich meridian, zero meridian. Zero meridian, and this is zero equator. Means zero latitude and zero longitude. Okay. It meets in Gulf of, sorry, what is it? Gulf of Guinea. Zero latitude, the notes you can write down. Zero latitude and zero longitude meet in Gulf of Guinea. Gulf of Guinea. The Gulf of Guinea has four coasts. I remember it at this way, GIGS. Okay. And grain, ivory, gold, clay. You should be having this in the atlas also. Mark them. First one is grain, right? You can remember the gigs. Or you know, gig worker, right? Gig workers. Okay, no timings. Huh? No guarantee. Hmm. No
What
benefit.
what are these four things?
What?
GIGS, what is that?
Grain. Africa has been looted, okay, in terms of grain. Ivory was also looted from Africa. Gold was looted from Africa. Even they did not leave the people over here. Slave. So these trades used to happen from this region. That's why they named after them. Now, Nigeria is ninth in terms of oil resources. Only country Nigeria. And Gulf of Guinea is rich in oil. And you have the oil and This region is unstable. Climate change is happening. Unemployment, poverty. Okay. So earlier, which region used to be the hotbed of piracy? This region. Now, this region also has become the hotbed of piracy because of a perfect recipe. Okay, right on. And recently, India started importing oil from this region. The India has deployed INS Sumedu, a kind of warship. Okay, India has deployed in this region to protect our oil tankers. Okay, अभी अंबानी के ऑयल टैंकर्स यहाँ पे ऑयल लेके आएगा, बेचारा प्रोटेक्शन होना चाहिए ना. अल्टीमेटली द देश की प्रॉपर्टी है ना. So India has deployed INS Sumedu. You can draw this. Somebody, holds it for ransom. Okay, somebody attacks the ship. So how many dollars he has to pay? Bechara garib. Hmm. No, pata nahi, after the change now, okay, who will think of the garib people? I don't know. Earlier Modi ji थे, गरीब के बारे में बहुत सोचते थे. Telling Modi, but dynamics have changed. It's a democratic upsurge in India. Nobody could have expected. A country like India, where you have multiple ethnicities, languages, diversity, power sharing is required. One person, till now we have been studying Africa. You've seen all the problems. The problems are because of what? The one man rule, dictatorship. So if it continues for a longer time, so India will be devastated. So India, unlike Africa, okay, did not let it happen. Okay, we have come back on the democratic path. So that's why this election is very crucial in Indian politics, extremely crucial. Okay, but despite having everything, money, agencies, everything, but still there was a research in electoral politics of India. So these kind of things you can write an example, especially the political science people. Okay, you should not be shying away from writing these kind of things. In fact, it's part of your political theories also. Right? Okay? Only if somebody tells you to write. Okay, nobody will dare to. Okay, I create a context over here. The news is India started importing. Our Indian imports have increased. You can write Indian imports from Nigeria have increased. And India deployed INS Sumeda, Sumedha, Sumeda, for anti-piracy missions. Anti-piracy missions. Okay. Gulf of Guinea is extremely rich in oil. Military coups, unemployment, poverty, militias, okay, have led to increased piracy in this region. Increased piracy in this region. Okay. When that context becomes important. See, I hope, I have covered all from Africa. Okay. I did not leave anything, I guess. If anything I've missed, you can let me know. The people are preparing for prelims or the IR conflicts. Okay. Everything I have covered. And I know, okay, keep it as a base. If you want to understand any issue in this region, go and look at these notes. You'll have a good understanding of the issue. Okay. And then I'll be uploading this, okay, this video on YouTube also. Okay. Please like, share, subscribe. Can I put it on YouTube? I must. Okay. Chalo then. Okay. See you. Edit. कौन सा वाला part है? Which part? So shall I go in the same fashion for other continents also? Same is working for you, especially for the people who are writing prelims this year. A wastage of time. Helping, right? Okay. Anyways, because I have to strike a balance. Earlier, I thought of covering only the current affairs part, but again, these people are also there. That's why I'm covering all. So anyways, you'll be having comprehensive thing now. It will be always better for you. Okay. See you.